It's another fine day, and we're now into October. And I was just trying to see for any contracts because I see a whole bunch of fields that are ready to go. Our field number 10 is just about ready. There's one little strip that is kind of glitching out. 14 is parsnips. We don't care about that. 13 should be soybeans. I believe 11 is. Number 7, our corn is ready to go. And let me just check what this is. Pink. Is that red? No, that's sugar beet there. And we got, what do we got? Some barley here? Or what does that look like? Soybeans here, soybeans here, and soybeans here. Anyway, I'm just hoping I can scoop up a couple of these contracts. But if I can't, then I'll just jump over to my farm in the meantime, and I will get right to work with getting that corn off. You can really see that the sky is a little darker, even though it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Everything kind of looks a little more muted in color. Our fields, wheat and barley, are both done. They are a rich golden color as of right now. Everything is kind of leaning to that fall color, so that's a good time. Always an exciting time for a farmer when the harvest is ready to go. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set up this combine here, and then we will go and get our dump truck and our, there we are. Alright, we're going to go get our dump truck. We're going to see if we can get our grain cart out and about, get it ready to start hauling back some of the corn. So this truck goes over to the combine. We may grab the other truck too in just a little bit, but it's got another important job that it needs to do first. So we will see you guys at the other yard. Now, I was looking over my animals, and it appears to me our pig's health is rapidly declining because of lack of food. Now, there is still some food in the pig barn, but they have no base food, and they also don't have any root crops. So we're going to take care of that today. That is the big thing on our mind right now. Base food would be corn, stuff like that, so I'm going to bring them a dump truck load of corn, but the root crop would be potato. And lucky for us, oh, I should not drive my grass like that. It's terrible. Anyway, lucky for us, we did a big potato harvest for a neighbor, and we managed to get a whole bunch of potatoes off of him through the contract. And that is why I'm going to be driving over to the elevator that you'll be seeing right there off to our left. I stored a whole bunch of potatoes there. Should be plenty to keep the pigs going for the entire night. That's the plan anyway. A little correction there. I said all night, but what I should have said is all season, because it's gonna last a lot longer than just one night. The potatoes that we got tons. Look at that, 200,000 potatoes. I don't even know how many of these potatoes we can potentially bring the pigs before their trough is full, but we're just gonna bring them one truckload. If it's too much, we'll dump the rest right back here at the elevator, and we'll go from there. In hindsight, I could have dumped my potatoes in one of my sheds, you know, such as the one straight ahead. I guess you can kind of see it looks like a hay shed there. It's a bit of a bunker. I could have done that. Would have been good. But the thing is, the elevator has a lot more room than I do. And, ooh, look at that. Our worker's nearly full. And I was selling a lot of, well, bringing a lot of the potatoes to the elevator anyway for the customer. And so I just figured, you know what, I'll store the rest at the elevator across the road, and then that way it's not using up all of my storage space, and it's very easy to load. As you can see, we can just pull underneath that that hopper bin there, that overhead bin, and it just filled the truck right up. It was very, very simple to do instead of having to scoop it with a loader and the whole shebang that goes along with that. For right now, I am not using the grain cart just simply because I haven't put it out yet, and I'll just use a dump truck for the time being. I will get the grain cart out eventually. It's just hasn't happened yet. Been busy moving these potatoes over for the pigs because, you know, they want to eat, and we got to get them back up to max health. That's kind of what farmers do. I guess I was fast forwarding time and I didn't notice that my food supplies were dwindling that fast. But that's okay. We'll have them back up to health in no time. I just picked up a little bit of corn off the combine. I figured we'll go and add some of that, and that should help keep them a little bit happier. So there you go. They got an extra 5,000 liters of corn. We'll obviously be topping that off a lot more, but now we got a little bit of root crop in there, a bit of protein. I need to get some more grain, but there's still a little bit. But in no time you'll start to see that their health is going to go up a fair bit. For now, that is going to suffice. Should keep them energetic. It should keep them alive. And I think, yeah, they appear to be a lot better shape right away. So we will leave that as is for now. And then we're going to go back to our combine and see what's going on there. Let's just take a peek right over here. He is leaving out a lot of strips. I see. Well, one thing we really should be looking at is the 449 horse. This is a 6 meter. What I was going to say is we're using a 4 meter header, and I'm sure a combine could do much bigger. So I'm thinking maybe getting this 6 meter and putting that on our combine. I think our combine should be able to handle that decently well. I mean, it is a much newer header than the combine itself, but I don't think we should have an issue with that. So 3 tons is the weight. That's pretty impressive. Alright, well, you know what, just because we don't know for sure, we're going to lease it. That way, you know, worst case scenario, if it doesn't pan out, at least, you know, it wasn't a complete waste of time. Alright, so what we need to do, realistically, we need to get this guy to the end of the row, and we'll drop the header, we'll put it on our older combine, and then we'll get this thing back to the shop to pick up that new header that we just rented and see if it'll manage. Because you look at the corn header on this, and it's barely sticking past the tires. It's very amusing altogether. So I am not entirely sure what the deal here is with this thing. Yeah, that's I think how we're going to plan it. We'll drop this header off at the end of the row, and we'll take this combine, we'll bring it back over to the store, pick up the new header, and the old combine can take this one, and that should help expedite things a little bit here. Here we go. We've got the old small header hooked up to the old combine, and we'll let him do his thing. And we're going to take this combine and let's bring that to the store. So we'll see you guys at the store. And here you go. Header's been hooked up. It's amusing that it's the wrong color red for these old case combines. The old case combines have a much more faded kind of red, and the header is very shiny, but I'm sure we'll get it full of dust in a very short amount of time. But yeah, there it is. So we'll see how that does. I'm still hopeful I can find maybe a modded one that will at least look the part. That would be wonderful. We're just coming up to the field right now. Our other combine is just about full too. But I wanted to get this guy set into motion before I went and unloaded the other combine. And I think I'll have just enough time to do that if I play my cards just right. So here we go. Let's see what it's... Oh yeah! 10 clicks an hour is all combines usually do. And it's handling that just fine. Huh, what do you know? I also noticed this one has so much less hours, obviously because we bought it much later. This one only has 2.2 and the other combine has about 16 and a bit, 16 and a half maybe. So yeah, this is definitely going to work out. I like this header already. I don't know if my game is just glitching or what the deal is, because my truck is spinning like crazy. It's bouncing around and I can't gain a lot of speed. And it looks like this load is ever so heavy. Not sure entirely what's going on, but yeah, she appears to have stopped spinning now. That's good. We didn't want to make giant ruts in the field, but that was quite heavy. Quite. Alright, we gotta go back to grain door for this one, because we're gonna bring this over, and I have set up the auger on an empty bin. We're just gonna go ahead and fill that one all the way up. It should be just up ahead here. Then we'll check again, see if there's any more contracts that are open or not. Hopefully by that time some more of the combines will be all loaded up full and we can do this all over again. Wow, that box is heavy. I know I was overdoing it a little bit. That was ferociously heavy. Look at that, the box and the cab kind of twisting. It actually amuses me a fair bit, the way it wiggles. I just hope it doesn't cause me any kind of grief, because we haven't really done much with the truck yet. So hopefully it'll work out alright for us. The field is now about halfway done. I'm still seeing strips left over from that far side, but we'll have to see if we can clean those up a little bit later. Our bin has, well, just over 50,000 liters in it. I did check on the auger tractor before, and yeah, we're very quickly filling up those bins. I'm gonna have to see if I have any more empty bins or if I have to go and quickly build some. I know we do have a partial bin with corn in it, but I was hoping to put all my new crop into one bin. So we'll see what we all have. I'm taking stock of what we have. 51,900, and this is bin 1805. Alright, and I believe at the far end, this one here, this is an 1803, and that one has 69,000 liters in it. So we know we can definitely put 69 in the other one as well. Now, I don't know how much more bin room we will want to have, seeing as we do have our soybeans here. But I suppose I could get one or two more bins on this end here. We only have 6 bins to start with. And is this one empty too? No, this one's got sunflowers. Interesting. That one's corn. And here we got wheat. We've got barley. And this one looks like barley as well. So this one I believe has 80,000. And this one 97,000. That is a full bin from the little ones. Wow, so 91 for our wheat and 97 for barley. We have a fair bit of barley. That's good. I'm just looking through the menu here, and the flat bottom 1803, these are my smaller bins, and they hold 9720 just like we thought. And then here's my 1804s, they hold 125,000. And then the 1805s, they hold 153,720. And then we got a little bit taller and a little bit more taller. And then we got much wider, so again a fair bit flatter, but now we're talking much wider. So I'm thinking that the 18 is the diameter, and the 07 or 06, 05, 04, 03, that's probably the series kind of telling you which one is bigger. And then here we start with the 2404, which will be a 24-foot diameter, and you can see how it keeps going up. And then we got the 3004, which would be a 30-foot diameter. So I'm seeing a trend here. And 36, that's pretty ridiculous. I mean, that would actually be amazing. I want to see the 3609. I'm not gonna build it as of right now, but I just want to give you guys the comparison, if you want, of what that bin would look like. So that is incredible. It does not have the stairs though, which I'm very surprised by. But that would hold an immense amount of, well, it says just over 1 million liters. So it would definitely hold an immense amount of grain, that's for sure. Okay. And then before we finish off here, we have the little hopper bottoms, and then we have barns and sheds and whatnot. But there were some other flat bottoms that I was going to look at, not the Meridians. I believe they were, yes, the AGI. So this is West Steel. This is a very familiar bin to me. I have worked with many of these, and these do have the stairs. And that's the stairs I was telling you guys about before. So yeah, that's that would definitely be an option. I wish I could make it taller, but it is so wide that it holds 500,000 liters. So that could potentially be another one we could throw in there, and maybe just, you know, put it somewhere here at the end so that it would kind of cap off, you know, somewhere about there. And then that would cap the bin row off. I don't know if that's something we want to pursue or not. You know, we just have the smaller ones. So yeah, definitely some options we got to look through and see which one we want to do in the future. I don't want to have, you know, the giant mill. I've had this be in previous videos, like Fox Farm. I've obviously used it, but that's just kind of really big, and I don't know if that is the proper way to do it. And then we have smaller ones like this with a dryer, but I kind of like our old school thing we have going on. I feel like that's really cool, so I think we're going to keep it as such. I've brought one dump truck load of corn back with the small little 7500. Now I'm going to bring this to the pigs as well. That should help keep them nice and happy. So here we go. Now I'm sure they can take all of this anyway. Shouldn't be a problem. Our field is getting very close to done. If you look, you can see our combines are very close together. I'll have to see how they're doing, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the this little truck is, you know, we've used it for a long time, and it definitely has its hours on it, but it's just one of those units that I just like using. I don't know, it's great for here around the pens. It's nice and small, gets in everywhere. Hard to beat, that's for sure. Here we go. I just took a look at where the combines were at, and yeah, they are definitely working hard and they're really pushing. That is great to see. I just love to see it. I'm hoping that this combine makes it close to the truck so I don't need to walk quite as far to go pick up the truck, but yeah, with my luck it probably won't happen. We are actually running, to take a look, the 1688. Very good. So I just want to take a look and see what that looks like, because it's been a while since we looked at harvesters too, isn't it? And I wanted to see what we were actually working with. So we have the 14, there's the 16, and we will get into the 2100s eventually. Those will be kind of cool, because those are about as modern as we're going to get in this map here, at least with my own combines. Not saying if we do some work for someone else that we won't be using modern combines, but I'm trying to stick with a little older tech for this map, and specifically Farmall, International, and Case, kind of being interchangeable. With the field being so close to done, I'm just going to go around the edges here and kind of trim off all of the nonsense that they left out, seeing as for some reason they couldn't be bothered to clean up after themselves. So that's what I'm going to do, and then that gives the other combine a chance to make it to the far end without having to drive back empty. And it should also make the truck be able to go to the far end to unload the combine. So that's the plan there. And I'm just going to, in the meantime, just clean up all of these extra little strips. And it looks like the field is now complete. I've sent the other truck off to the bin yard. He's supposed to go drive over to the bin yard, and then we're going to unload him in just a few minutes. I just had to unload this combine as well, just to make sure that we got everything, because we do want to do our tally of how much we've combined in total. So we did get a fair bit of corn. It was quite surprising, and not a bad thing, to be quite honest. Always good when you get a nice bumper crop. My worker there is not quite sure how to park. He keeps looping around. It's a little concerning. I may have to intercept him, seeing as he's a little confuzzled with how he's supposed to park. I thought I had made my instructions very clear, but apparently not. So pardon me while I go chase him down. He's running over my neighbor's cotton field. This will never do. You, my friend, are fired. That was nonsense. Let's quickly go and dump this out too, so we can take that tally that we were just talking about. We don't have time for you to meander through fields of cotton. Does this look like an Alabama music video to you? I didn't think so. All we're looking to do is just quickly dump some corn. Goodness sake. There you go. So, you guys have any guesses on the tally? How much do you guys think we are putting in there? I'm going to wait until the dump box goes down before I pull up to the bin to check that final count. But, yeah, give me your numbers in the comments. How much do you guys think that we have in total? Because it's going to be a substantial number for sure. That was wheat. Do we think that we're going to get the bin entirely filled? Is that maybe what's going to happen? I don't suspect. I think we'll get the truck empty. Yes, indeed. Well, time is up. We need to see how much corn we collected. Just about 115,000. Never mind that we probably put in another 17,000 in with the pigs. So if we got 115 roughly, there's a bin over here with corn. That's almost 70. So you could be looking at right around, well, just over 180,000. And the easy way to find out, I suppose, would be to go here. Yeah, 184,000. Barley is still leading the charge. And then potatoes, we still have a fair chunk to go. But yes, and we'll see how much soybeans do. That'll be our next episode because we got quite a bit of soybeans left to go. And as you can see, there's a soybean contract here, as well as some other stuff. So we'll have to see what we do there. But for now, I am going to end this episode, and I'm just going to go straight to it and tell you thank you so much for watching. I do hope you guys did enjoy. Happy holidays for those that celebrate. I hope this video will find you guys in the midst of your holiday celebrations, and yeah, take care. We'll see you in the next video.